Okay, I hope you enjoyed that montage video or video about montages. So I want you to think about first, what is something that you learned about montages in the video? Just take a moment, write that down. Montages really are a very diverse art form. It can cover everything from someone getting ready to go boxing in a boxing ring to covering the entire life of a couple. And that kind of flexibility is really powerful that when you're making a montage, you can make it about really anything and you can do it in a very short amount of time. The other thing that I want you to think about is montages are an emotional, like all film that I think that is successful, are an emotional art form. And that means that it connects to the audience on a deeper level. And you can really, like, for example, in the Up montage, you can really feel the audience connect to these characters and their journey. And I remember first time I saw the Up montage, the audience was just, you could hear people crying, sniffling in the theater at the end of that. So, yeah, a powerful art form. Now, I want to discuss why do we start with music montages? There's a lot of different projects we could do, and why this one? I think the first thing is that in this project, we're going to really simplify the filmmaking process. The filmmaking process is very complicated. There are a lot of different moving pieces, but in this project, we actually are going to take out two of the stages of filmmaking, pre-production and production, and just focusing on development, post-production, and distribution. This will make life a lot easier for you to get a quality film done without having to be burdened with too much information. So you may not be familiar with these terms, so I want to point out what each one means. So when we think about filmmaking, we break it into 5 different stages. The first stage is development, which is coming up with an idea, a story, a concept, writing it down. The number 2 is pre-production, and that is the planning of your film. That includes everything from storyboarding to scheduling, working with actors, crew, designers, and just preparing the way for the film. Then production is what people usually think about when they think about shooting film. It's when you're out there in the field with your camera and your actors and your crew and you're shooting that film. Number 4 is post-production. That's when you go into the editing room with your computer, take all the footage and assemble it into your film with music and transitions, pacing. You're doing all these things to kind of tighten it up to make it into an exciting film. And then 5, distribution. That's your film going to the audience. Everything from YouTube to showing to your family and friends to winning film festivals. These are all distribution ways of getting to an audience. Now, I just want to reemphasize the point that we're not going to be doing pre-production and production. We'll learn skills in the next unit, so don't worry. Also, instead of using our own footage, we're going to be going to Artlist, which is a program online that has music, it has footage, has lots of other things, but the main thing we're going to use it for this assignment is the music and the footage. It's really high quality, it's all done by professionals, and I think you're going to really enjoy using this. Now, the second reason for doing a music montage is because it's going to help you to develop conceptual skills, the ability to come up with an idea. So coming up with a compelling idea is really one of the most important skills you can have as a filmmaker. Its ability to look at your resources, in this case, the Artlist footage and music, and your limitations, which is that you're not shooting your own film, and then putting it together into an idea that can connect to an audience, but will be very cinematic, meaning it's very visual and uses sound effectively. An example of this is one of my students, Mia, created a film called One More Candle, which I'll show you later on. Her concept was really great. It was about the aging process from being a young child to being an adult and how complicated that is And that film actually won an award at the Creative Youth Awards. And I think the concept was really one of the major reasons why it did win that award. Now, the third reason is you're going to learn how to edit. We'll be using Adobe Premiere, learning how to import your footage in there, assemble it on the timeline. This is the timeline here. This is like your film. And then using all the tricks and the tools to kind of make it into a great film and exporting it so that you can share it to the world. Finally, a distribution, getting the film out. You'll be learning how to connect to an audience, get constructive feedback, find out where things are not working for an audience, and incorporate that into your film. And then we'll also talk about getting your films out through YouTube, getting to film festivals. And I think one of the major reasons why our programs are so successful is because we really think about our audience and like what is working for an audience or not. This has led to a lot of success. Here are three of our students at the Winton Arts Film Festival. They won the top prize there for their film, which they'd done in the program. And we've had like 4 students this summer win or get their films into the biggest high school film festival in the country. And so that really shows that these films are connecting with audiences in lots of different venues. So I want to make sure this information is sticking with you. So we're doing an open book quiz where you're going to be asked questions about the 5 stages of the filmmaking process. If you don't get all the questions right, you'll just have to take the quiz again. So don't stress about it. It's actually open book. So it should just be a way to kind of get this information into your brain. All right, we'll come back after you're done with the quiz.